Harper, you want to say hi?
Hey, Harper.
Oh, hello, Harper. You want me to go get Cohen? You want to say hi to Cohen?
Do it. Go get Cohen.
No, no. It's that. It's that.
There we go.
Oh, no, those are my headphones. Oh, there you go. Oh. Say hi. Yeah,
Baby time.
it's starting to happen. You know.
Jeez.
Are you scared?
What are you scared of?
How big she's gotten.
What are you
Yeah,
scared
she's
of?
big. She's big.
She's half of me.
She's half of you.
I'm not even kidding.
Dude, yeah, she's
It's not a
long.
joke.
Wonder why.
Oh.
Here, move your
Oh.
chair to the side.
Yeah. Are you done? Are you done? He's done.
Look, stand.
Manny
Stand
wants
up.
to be
Look,
unmuted
look,
for
look,
some
look.
reason.
Look, look, look. See? Half of me.
Nice.
Woo!
Apparently Manny's muted or something.
Manny, shut the fuck up.
Like server muted.
Oh yeah. I wonder if I did that.
Oh.
Hey,
Sexy
Manny.
Wow.
Welcome
Manny, shut the
back.
fuck up.
Wow.
Manny,
You gotta do this. Shut the fuck up.
how come you didn't respond to my text message?
Wow.
A little stupid.
Talking to
Uh-oh.
Manny right
That
now.
wasn't stupid.
It
Just
was.
thinking about you.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
love
wait,
how
where
my
did you go?
uncle,
He was in
Oh.
Lithuania,
Oh.
For how long?
a week.
like, yeah, like 8, 9 days.
That's 2 weeks.
Where did you
Oh
go? Like
shit.
Vilnius?
What's that?
Where did you go? Like Vilnius or
Yeah, Vilnius and Kaunas.
was it cool?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's not really comparable to like other
Oh.
European.
What are you crying about? What the hell?
Or Estonia, and from what I looked at, like the food, the like environment, like it just tailored more towards going to Lithuania.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
$500 round trip is crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I couldn't pass that offer up. And then I went with my uncle, who takes like the most random fucking photos, and he'll just be like, "Hey, look," and takes a photo. I'm like, "Wow, that's a trash ass photo,"
Hey,
and then he'll
look.
post it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's funny.
But like
Okay,
castles
so
were cool. The local food was cool. Like it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's what I love most about Europe too, man. Castles. We went to
Yeah,
so much
exactly.
castles in Germany. Like, yeah,
Dude, the castle in Kaunas, it said the earliest it was referenced in writing was in the 1300s. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, that's awesome.
Did you piss
Jesus.
on it or mark your name in it?
No, but Vilnius has a devil museum, which was interesting.
Mm.
Like celebrating him, or like,
It was like, hey, Lithuanian folklore. These are different carvings of the devil. These are different like folk tales of the devil. It was
oh, that,
interesting.
yeah, that's dope.
And then one floor had different devils from different countries, which was interesting.
That's kind of
But
cool.
like after that, we stayed in this fucking Airbnb. He had like horned animal men, right, in photos. And then the keypad to enter the place was 999666. So very
Spooky.
interesting.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Other than that, pretty cool.
Sometimes, like like, we usually tend to have more fun when it's kind of those more obscure places that aren't just full of touristy shit. You know, you just get to go
Yeah.
like enjoy the culture. You know. Yeah.
For sure.
You know, you know.
I mean, I would definitely recommend, like, if it was a person who doesn't travel to Europe often, they might enjoy like those other like Tokyo, not Tokyo, that's not Europe, but
That
like
European
Paris,
country,
London.
Tokyo.
Yeah. Like if they don't go often, I would say yeah, go to the ones that a lot of
Yeah, the
people go
big
to.
ones.
But if they would want like a chill trip, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It was chill. We got lucky because like apparently it was supposed to rain every single fucking day, but it was perfect.
Dude.
The weather was in mid 50s, but like just with the windbreaker, it was good. Like it was
Was
crazy.
it dry?
Totally different cold. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally different cold.
Yeah, dry cold's nice.
Yeah.
That's that European Tokyo weather for you, you know?
Oh my god, I hate you.
Don't worry, I'll never let you live it down.
Fuck you.
Well, I think we have everyone.
Yeah,
Um,
boy.
Yes,
Waco,
sir.
will you recap us on what happened with your group last time?
Yeah, we let's see, what did we do? So we finished with the what was his name? Picard's prisoners. We talked to them and we figured out the plan to basically send Jaru in and try to get them to crawfish backstab the Yanti, get the Drow to do that and abandon the fort. We have Picard's men across the bridge, ready for when the bridge is down, but kind of hidden. We have dwarves in the boat, listing towards the northern side of the shipwreck, kind of out that way. As me, Yokizos, and 8 brave souls are underneath the bridge on the inner side of the island of the Fort Pike itself. And I believe Yokizos has some telepathy up with Jaru. And so we're kind of in wait, ready to see how it breaks, good or bad. We have dynamic options of letting the we got some options for sure with the explosions
Got
and all
options.
that. Yeah,
We got options.
we gonna play it by ear, but yeah, that's kind of where we're all at. Can't think of anything else really that we went into other than figuring all that out.
Mm-hmm.
And some badass water walking. Yeah, some badass water walking. Yeah.
I have a well, we'll get there when we get there. Other side, any updates for y'all?
I'm an alligator.
You're an alligator.
Actually,
It was
a
mostly combat.
crocodile.
Fighting the alligator.
Combat.
Yeah, there's just
crocodile.
combat. There's not much, but
You're
Great
actually
combat.
a giant crocodile, though. Way different than alligators.
way different.
I killed the blob.
You
Was
killed
that
the blob.
Was that
Yes.
last?
That was a big blow to the blob morale. It's now in gooey chunks.
The blob
Blob
morale.
and dog. Aslos the blob and dog killer.
Dude, it sounds like an awesome spin-off TV show. Aslos, the blob and dog.
That was funny.
Parallel universe. Asblos and Blob and Dog.
Companion.
Yeah, I think that's all the things. Is there anything that anyone wants to add before we
Okay, yeah.
get in?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
on my iPad right now, and I'm in Foundry, and I'm like in the loading screen with everyone, but I can't control my screen at all. I can access the my character sheet and everything, but if I want to move around and look at something, I can only see the top of the castle on my screen. I just can't move. So just as a heads up.
Thank you for the heads up. I don't know the better way to do it. Maybe if someone streams it. I don't know.
I'm on Discord on my phone, so I'm looking at a second screen right now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe
If someone wants
that's
it, if someone wants it.
Yeah, that might be the better way to do it.
It's weird that Foundry.
Unless
isn't
you
compatible.
can change my perspective for me, but I don't think that's.
I don't think I can. I remember there was a module way back in the day that was mobile module, but I don't have it, so I don't know. We'll figure it
I
out.
also have a slight issue. For some reason, my computer's Discord's not working at all. but my internet's fine, so I don't know what's going on. But I tried to shut down, so I'm gonna be on my phone. It's gonna be weird, maybe. I don't know.
You sound more clear than normal.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
do.
using I know, but I'm using my hotspot for the internet as well to run, Foundry, and that usually causes problems sooner or later. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Thank you, Kyle.
Okay. Let's go and start. I believe last time we started with combat on the other side of things, so this time
Let's start with
we'll
combat
start.
on our side of things.
Oh, I was like, do you want me to? Yes, we will start.
Quick question: what's with this random anime girl?
Oh,
Is she our new like?
She's
That's
our new
Doki
party
Doki.
member.
Yeah,
Doki
Doki
Doki.
Doki.
That's the Doji
Yeah,
Doji
Doki
elemental.
yeah.
Is this,
Apparently,
is this
So whenever you go to like summon an elemental, it gives you all these different options. It's not just like fire, water, earth, and they have a Doji Doji elemental. So we looked up Doji Doji and
Doki.
Doki Doki, yeah, whatever.
we
It's
really got no
Okay.
answers.
basically a cherub is what you would do. It's like it can charm people and shit like that.
That's way too. Okay. Let's
okay? Thank you for
Tap-
the
tap
very
block on the
clear
way.
explanation.
David, could you create a
I've done
stat
a lot
block
of
for
research on
Waifu?
this.
Yeah, it's odd. I could not find a stat block for that thing whatsoever, so I have no idea where it comes from. But that's okay.
For
So
any
maybe
of
don't
Okay.
them,
make that one.
any of them but the normal ones, there's not a stat block for them.
Yeah, no, I have no idea where they pulled them from.
But
so-
I'm interested
I am.
in a shadow elemental.
something
Like,
that
that
was
sounds
talking-
cool.
I found something. It was talking. It didn't have a stat block, but it was talking about like being able to charm person so many
Yeah,
times
yeah.
a
So
day and stuff like that.
I don't know. I guess you have to make your own. I'm not sure. Let me first. I'm gonna put some tokens on the map for those of y'all that aren't here, so you can at least watch. Boop.
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 Who's not here?
Not
Well,
in the
on this
scene.
side of things.
Oh.
Okay, so here's this.
Loading for Topeka.
It's a big one.
Is there a map? Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Yes, there's
look
a-
at that.
There's a big map.
All right, we are like.
Oh,
yeah,
wait, so-
I honestly couldn't remember where y'all ended the session, so I just kind of placed y'all in there and hope
Yeah,
you.
we're
So-
kind of like, yeah, we're in the shadows
north
under
is-
the bridge.
North is the right side of the screen.
North's up
I-
here. Oh wait, yeah, north's right.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the,
What?
that's
This
where the
one.
boat is.
I don't know. It should be on the.
Damn it, David, we've been through this.
I.
You open
Here,
that new box.
New text
No,
problems
there's the
all
big
over
boat.
again.
The big boat's where it's supposed to be for sure.
Yeah, no,
Everything's
everything
placed
positionally wise is
correctly.
correct.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everything was great. Everything was great.
Okay.
David.
North
We
is dead
can
right.
we can just look at it like this.
if you give me a second, I can just rotate it real
No,
fast.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
did.
no,
I
it's
did
fine.
forget that you're right. North is
Mhm.
up. But if I remember correctly, where we ended last time, you're right, Yukizos. Y'all had migrated water walking to the other side. I hadn't placed down the tokens yet for your like followers, because I truthfully weren't totally sure where they were, and I thought it doesn't really matter. What matters is where the two of you are, right? Worst comes to worst,
Makes sense.
I can put down one for y'all. That just kind of, so you can kind of designate we want them to move here kind of thing. So let me find where that would be. Where did I put them? Hold on. And then Jar, you were being brought into the keep, if I remember correctly from last time. Is that right? Did I leave
That's
us off
right.
in the right place? Okay.
Yeah, it looks
There
There you
great.
go. We have a north arrow.
Perfect. Yes.
Every map should have a legend.
Every map needs to have a legend. Here's y'all's boy. This token is just going to represent where you want your soldiers. Right now, I'm assuming they're kind of under the bridge with y'all, almost like here, right? Just
Yes.
underneath.
Minus
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, -10. And so, Jaryu, I want to follow you for a little bit as you're being brought into the keep.
Okay.
There's a kind of a group of soldiers with you that are moving you along. And as you'll reach the front, the drow captain that's bringing you in brings out a series of keys to unlock the keep door, bringing you inside.
Oh, dude, I can telepathic with you the whole fucking keep. All 120 feet, bruh.
Oh, thanks for the update.
Yeah, I say that to him in his mind.
And as soon as they enter with you, you instantly capture the attention of these people here, and the man in robes kind of turns, and you hear them have a conversation in Elvish. You don't understand, unfortunately. But
Can I hear
there's
the
quite a bit of
conversation?
back and forth. That does. Honestly, I
No.
don't know. Okay.
Well, you could relay it back to me in Elvish, but it would probably be all fucked up and jumbled.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to send it back to him?
No. I will.
Yokizos is blank staring as this broken ass Elvish is coming through, and my helmet
It
comprehend
is-
languages is confused.
Yeah, I would say maybe if you're a race like culture adjacent to Elvish, I would maybe let you try, but
Oh, that's
you're
fair.
you're too far removed. You don't get any of it.
Lizard
But
folk art?
after a lot of exchange between these two, finally you kind of get the nod from the captain, who turns back to you and says, "We may proceed. Follow with me." And as you continue deeper into the keep, you can see that organization has kind of gone by the wayside as it's being used for military purposes, right? There's weapons thrown about everywhere, stoke holds, everything that you can think of that
Body
would help them
bags.
prepare this fort. Yeah, you see a little more disturbingly that it's not just ammunition that's being kept in here. It is human remains, other bodies, bones, organs, as well as
Bananas.
resources and other foods.
I want to communicate to Relamax to just keep his eyes open. I say
And
that in my brain.
yeah, and on your waist, you just feel the familiar kind of hum vibration of him at your side in acknowledgement. And the captain proceeds forward.
I stop for a second at the body bags, and I give the drow captain a little confused face, a little more performance. See if I can get an answer out of him.
Roll a performance check for me.
I do a performance face at him.
I do.
What does your performance face look like? What kind of face are you making?
Concern, confusion, like questioning.
And I would also like for you to roll me an investigation check as you're kind of standing here looking around.
Oh, that one's harder.
You notice a couple things that aren't necessarily being hidden from you by any means. You can see that this fort is slowly being overcome by spider web. In all of the corners, you can see masses of webs are beginning to form and kind of pushing out. And directly in front of you, you can see it looks like it's been installed. There is the statuesque face of a snake installed on the fireplace.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna speak up and say, ask the drow captain why all the bodies.
And as you kind of bring attention to yourself, the rest of the drow in this keep they're not doing anything, they're just kind of like looking at you because you're obviously not like supposed to be here. And the drow captain looks at you and kind of ushers you forward and says, "Truthfully, I'm not of authority to answer questions like this, but you may ask my commander when we arrive."
Fair enough.
And he walks a bit forward and pauses in front of the door. And kind of hesitantly turns around to look at you and says, "Our society has undergone sharp changes. under the guidance of Lolth. You will find that I will not be able to answer your questions not out of lack of knowledge, but out of lack of authority.
You don't have authority to speak of your own god?
And he looks quite uncomfortable as you say this. He kind of shuffles and looks down a little bit and he says, Lolth has made it very clear that she finds value in the women that worship her, not the men.
I don't respond to that.
Okay. And he opens the door. And you can see that the door opens up to a large staircase that leads downwards, deeper, underground. And he turns back to you and says, whenever you're ready.
I just give him a little nod, and I mean, I'm in this situation now, right? So
Yeah, and he steps aside.
you're not coming with me.
I'm not allowed in these grounds.
But I, a stranger, have been given permission?
You are no follower of Lolth.
Hmm. All right, I step down. Step on in there.
Yeah,
Hey, are
you
you
head
talking to
down
him yet?
into the darkness.
No.
Alright,
And
we're still just waiting.
yeah, you head down into the darkness. And the staircase brings you down pretty deep underground. It's unclear to you whether or not this underground chamber that you're being brought to is of their making or it was already here. It's kind of hard to tell.
I use my Golgari Swarm Hive Mind and see if I notice any crawl.
The whole
Uh,
swarm.
you reach out for the crawl, and no, you do not detect any. This is crawl free.
They're miles away. Okay.
But it does bring you deeper underground. And as you continue to go down, you, I think, would realize that this is not by coincidence, as perhaps your own people would attempt to do the same to feel closer to their goddess. The drow go underground to feel closer to theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings you into a small chamber. It is lit only by dim purple lights, kind of like what you saw in the keep.
Mm-hmm.
And around you, the walls are almost not visible because of the giant mass of spider webbing that completely covers the stone. It's almost like a white chamber because it is so spider webbed. And in this underground chamber, you don't see anyone. You feel alone until you see a slight bit of movement from the darkness. And stepping out from the darkness into the pale light is a very large creature. First, you see the legs begin to poke outwards, and then it reveals itself to you. And it's unlike any creature that you've ever seen. It's like a centaur, but with the female torso of a humanoid and the lower half of a gigantic spider. And she obviously has very feminine features. Her hair is long and white and runs down her back. She's beautiful in a way,
Mm-hmm.
but in a very wrong way. And she is simply eyeing you as you stand beneath her.
I go to one knee and bow.
And she kind of gestures you up. And she speaks to you in a silky voice. You are far from Norvask.
Aye, that's true.
And she's just kind of watching you. It's very quiet. The stillness is unnerving.
Unnerving to
And
her or to me?
to you. She
You're
seems
freaking her out, man.
she seems quite comfortable in the darkness and in the silence of the underground. And she kind of cocks her head at you and says again, very far from Norvisk. What brings a dwarf to the southern city of Ocaria?
My mistress. And I'm assuming as a servant of Lolth, you might know of her.
And she continues to look at you and she says, I have an idea. Do you have any way to prove your servitude?
Yeah, and I show her my obsidian disc, and I show her Relimox. I actually unsheath Relimox completely and lay him on the ground in front of me.
And as she observes the disc and the sword, you can tell that she looks quite fondly at the disc, observing it over, looking at it. But the sword, she is not nearly as happy with.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at the sword kind of quizzically and shakes her head and she says, this is of no relation to our goddess or yours.
No, but it was gifted to me by my goddess.
Your disc does nicely. So now I'll ask again with more clarity. What does a servant of Hail have to do here in Ocaria?
I should ask the same question of you. What is a servant of Lolth doing here in Ocaria?
And she smiles kind of gently and says, we are under a mandate.
A mandate from who?
The one team.
The Wanti are your masters now.
Lolth is my master. But an
Then
agreement was made.
an agreement to die for the Wanti.
And you can see that she becomes uncomfortably still when you say that. The agreement has taken a turn that we weren't quite expecting.
Then why fight under this superficial mandate?
There's fear as to what will happen if we break it.
I think it is the Wanti that should fear you.
And she pauses again, just kind of looking at you. Why have you asked to come here to speak with me?
2 reasons. As a fellow dweller in the Underdark and servant to your sister, I'd be remiss to not come here and offer a ceasefire of sorts. I did come here under false pretenses. I travel with the other dwarves, the humans, and the band of travelers coming from Norvask and various other parts of Malnova. I do not serve them directly, but I do assist them against the foul presence that is the Wanti. I came here to ask you to step aside, because I consider you cousins to my own.
And she doesn't say anything. She just continues to look at you. And another pause goes by and she says, You mentioned a second reason.
The second reason is that of which, I mean, we're effectively cousins in this, right? I would not seek to destroy the followers of my mistress's sister. I come here as a personal thing, right?
So, if I were to understand correctly, you were suggesting a temporary alliance
Not an alliance.
against the 1T.
I'm not asking you to fight the Wanti. I know your mandate prevents that. And whether or not it's superficial in my belief is not up to me. We ask that you step aside so we make clear Ocaria of this abomination. If you choose to fight with us, so be it, but that does not make us allies.
And you can tell that throughout this entire conversation, she's being quite pensive.
I'm not one to make that deal.
And you watch as each of her giant spider legs kind of begin to move towards you until you really realize her size. She is quite large. She kind of towers over you. And she leans down to bring her face to yours. And you can't tell if this is a moment of sincerity or a moment of intimidation, but it kind of accomplishes both.
I'm too stupid to realize the difference anyway, so
She says softly to you, "You mentioned others that you come with."
yes, fellow followers of our Mistress Hale. Or are you speaking of the others?
The others. Those who do not follow one in the Dark Saladrin.
I mean, surely you know of their presence already. What else could I tell you besides there is a massive force here?
And she thinks again. I wish to speak to the leaders of this force.
All of us?
Who you deem the most righteous to talk to.
I'm gonna ping Yokizos quick. Bing! She wants to strike a bargain with our leaders. Would that be... Because I'm so aloof to most of this shit for the most part, like, I don't really care who the leaders are, right? So, we might need you and Fail to come into the fort. Is
So
this something we should risk?
when I first hear that, I kind of like perk up because like I'm listening, and then I just turn and look at Fail with like wide eyes, like, fuck. uh, Wait, you said it's a she?
It's a she. It's a giant, beautiful, grotesque spider queen lady.
Oh fuck. Uh, so apparently the Spider Queen wants to talk to us as well as Jaryu. It's instead of the captain.
All the while I'm looking pensive, like thinking this over, so I don't look like I'm telepathically communicating with a bunch of people. And I ask her in the middle of Yokizos talking, "How did you come upon your form?"
And while you're like kind of pausing and whatnot, she brings a giant spider like leg kind of up to like your temple and
Hmm.
just softly places it there. and she says to you again, so softly that you can't tell if it's compassion or intimidation, but she says, I want to speak to whoever's in your mind.
Damn.
Okay, like, are we coming through the front gate? Like, are they gonna lower the bridge and the gate's gonna open, or like,
Wait,
do I have to
hold
like
on.
sneak in
Hold
here?
on. Hold on. One voice at a time.
I like the idea of this, like, both poor Jario.
My brain's getting scrambled. Yes, you are correct to assume that I'm communicating with them, my lady, but I will not bring them in here unless they fully agree to it. And besides, they're not even the entirety of the command structure of this army. So give me a moment. And then I turn around and I step away for like a second.
And yeah, you walk into the darkness of the stairs and kind of go up a little bit, leaving the creature.
Oh,
The
wait, I should say with your leave, my lady.
And
and
tip
she
your
gives you
fedora.
she gives you a small smile and like almost like a spider like she leans down on her legs and then rises back up, and you head up the stairs. And with that, I want to go to our combat. If y'all want to talk about what y'all want to plan for next, actually, I would like for you to wait because I want this to happen in real time. But
No,
we are
but
going back
plans,
to combat.
David.
But plans, I know.
My plans. Oh no, my plans.
Real time.
Hey,
Real
look at that badass giant crocodile, bruh. Kidding me? You kidding me, bruh?
I'll fry the shit out of it.
It's big as old
Um,
cheese.
Yep.
Huge.
okay.
All that health point too. H per.
It is the Rat King's turn. Um, he's in the water, just kind of treading water. The Waster Lift went underwater its last turn, so it is now no one can see it. It's gone. Um, so he's going to start kind of swimming up, and is going to climb upwards to pull himself up on the pipe. And he is going to take a shot at this monitor over here. He's gonna hit. And he's gonna kill it dead. Blow its freaking head off. Bzz. And
Show off.
he's gonna take a step over here as he yoinks that kill from you. And Ventus, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh. Shit. Okay, so I'm going to stay on top of Thunder, and I'm just gonna ready an action so that whenever the Waster Lift comes out, I'm gonna throw my javelin at him, wherever he may be, and that'll be my turn.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Azos, it's your turn.
Fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hmm. So who do we need to fight left? Is it just the big guy that's alive?
Yeah, I think so.
The big guy, and there is a thing in the crocodile's mouth.
That's it though,
I
right?
have a
Okay.
name, David.
I guess I'll just like move over on the pipe right there, like just all along the pipe and prep an action for the big guy as soon as he comes out.
Okay.
I guess I'll prep my like double attacks.
Sure, that makes sense.
Then I'll end
It's
my turn.
Lopin's turn. He's just gonna kind of awkwardly shuffle over and watch y'all kind of prepare your weapons, and he's just going to raise his axe and do the same, because he's not really sure what to do in this situation. The swarm of rats is unfortunately underwater. Sornin, It's your turn.
Oh, Sornin. I forgot about Sornin.
Do your bolt thing and roll a 1.
Yeah, he's gonna blast away. Where can he blast?
Probably in the
that
water.
guy?
Is that guy dead?
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Oh,
So-
the crocodile in the crocodile's mouth.
Well, okay, I'm gonna blast the dude in crocodile mouth.
Let's start a blast.
Advantage blast.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He's
Doesn't even need it.
grappled.
Yeah, I don't know
No.
what grapple. No.
I mean, does a 17 hit? So then,
A 17 would hit. This is grappled though.
Is it flanking if he's in the alligator's mouth?
He
I
hit
don't-
anyways. Just
Yeah, he did.
roll
Yeah.
the damage.
this
I'm
massive.
gonna move the crocodile because I cannot see anything.
Can't you put him under them?
I don't have a reliable way of doing it.
Because you used to do that. I feel like.
I
Might
think
have
if I
been-
just like, it might have been on accident, honestly.
Or what if you move? No, no. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. But
Alright.
Sornin, you do hit.
I wonder
He
if
did 4
elevation
damage.
matters.
That's why I tried changing.
Oh wait, no, because now they're showing.
Would you like to move anywhere, Sornin?
Sornin will take 1 step this way.
Whoa, dude, chill.
Nice.
A little reckless there, Swin.
Crocodile.
Sornin doesn't need to be close to produce results. All right. 4 damage. Come on.
It is your turn, giant crocodile.
Have a name, David? Hello. I'm trying to read the description of bite because
I
I'm
think
trying
you
to see
just
if I
keep
can.
biting him.
Okay.
Pretty sure. You could use your tail if there's another enemy, but there's not.
Too fucking easy, mate.
It's
Would you get
crunch
advantage
time.
with this one? Because he's in your fucking mouth?
I'm kind of surprised it honestly just doesn't like auto hit, but whatever.
It says the target is restrained. Yeah.
Oh, if he's also restrained, then that's different.
I also feel like that's an auto hit. He's inside of your mouth. Like you literally are holding him with your teeth, so you just bite harder.
Here's restrained, so you do have advantage.
Miss.
Yes, that is.
Why didn't it roll? What the fuck?
Fuck.
I clicked it. I don't
He
know
actually
why
has
it did
plus 10 AC when he's inside of the mouth of a creature.
it. Confused.
It hit,
Go to
it
roll
worked.
damage. It worked. It might not have shown
Oh.
up for you yet, but it did work.
Oh wow, 2
Wow,
ones
lowest possible
and a
roll.
2. Oh my god. What the
That
fuck?
is unfortunate. Although I do think that you still get to tail him. There's nothing saying you can't.
Be
I guess
flexible
you could
enough.
just turn your head one way and smack the tail in your mouth.
That would be a sight.
Yeah, I mean, mechanically it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't say you can't, so I say go for it. Yeah, that hits.
Well, I'm not seeing any of this for some reason.
Damage.
He's really good. It's just the tip of it.
Oh, there you go.
Just the tip.
Jesus.
Acting good.
Oh, that killed him.
Alright, there's a high roll.
Oh, yeah.
There's the high roll.
Oh, describe that.
Yeah, what does it look like, Manny, as you kill this thing, this mutated human that's in your mouth as you whip it with your tail?
So honestly, what I did is because I know Ventus is on top of. Is Jin on top of me too?
Yep.
Okay. So what I did is I kind of like arced my back to where Ventus and Jin kind of like jumped a little, and then I do a death roll as I bite. And then as he's rotating, I quickly jolt my head to the right, and as I swing my tail to the left, I just like pop his fucking head off as I whip it.
Damn. That's sick AF.
And then by the time Jen and Ventus re-land on me, I'm back to like, my normal stance.
Yeah, back to crocodile.
I
Very
like
cool.
at the top of Thunder as he finishes that move.
Aw. Yeah, very cool. Now it is the water elemental's turn.
Thunder's water elemental.
Yes, I should say. Thunder, it is now your water elemental's turn.
Yeah. It is essentially gonna ready an action.
Okay.
And
Oh, you need to roll to get your whelm back, too.
Oh yeah, you do get to check your recharge.
okay, do I do that right now?
Yeah.
What do I
You
need
can
to
click
roll?
that little. You click that little
Open up.
dice button
Yeah.
next to Whelm.
Yeah, I opened it.
And click the
You
little
see that little.
D6 4 plus or whatever under uses.
Yeah.
You see the two paragraphs it describes, and on both it talks about.
Oh, there you go.
What?
I did it.
Oh. You do
You're
get
a
your Whelm back.
god!
Oh, success!
Yeah, you do get your Whelm back.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna ready.
Okay. So you have that readied. Next, it is the Wasteless turn, and it is going to reappear. Choop. As it emerges from the water. So everyone who readied their actions, you're going to take them if you can make them.
Okay, I'm only throwing the javelin. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whelm would not trigger because he's not melee.
Yeah. Both of y'all hit.
Yo, and Aslos is sad.
It's like the meme of Squidward looking out the window as SpongeBob's running around.
I just picture me holding my axe up like, oh.
We're having so much fun on top of an alligator. Aslo's just on a pipe.
Oh, that is funny. And the Wasteland is gonna move here, I guess, with Umber still on him, and uses multi-attack to bite and claw the crocodile. I don't know if you can see these thunder to apply them. If not, I can.
What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna reset because I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
I'm just
I'll
gonna
apply this
refresh.
damage for you. Oh, but the claws misses.
Ha! I feel like a crocodile would have better than 14 armor. The whole
You'd kinda
fucking
think so,
outside
but-
is armor.
He is kind of all armor. And he's going to use it to grasping spout, not sprout, spout, to attempt to grab Ventus.
Not again. But like,
Ooh.
get fucked.
Huge save. So you're going to take half this damage and you don't get pulled.
Oh wow, what a relief.
Can you apply it? I think I can do it from my
Yeah.
iPad.
I can. Damage applied.
Haha.
And
Don't
that's
give me
all
the
of
fifth
it.
time.
That's all of its actions. So it is going to. I'm gonna look something up really quick.
For the next round.
Well, what I want to see is.
Well, he has like 5 legendary actions and lair actions, so.
What I'm trying
This is
to
the first
decide
phase
is-
too.
yeah, yeah, he evolves
He's,
when he gets half health.
And yeah, he's gonna go into water. Bloop.
Oh.
Jin, it's your turn. Does anyone else hear Kyle? I see his little light up, but I don't
I'm
hear
not
him.
hearing anything. No.
Yeah, I don't hear Kyle.
Oh.
I
Weird.
see him
I can
moving
see
on
him
the
light
screen.
up, yeah. It's weird. Even on Discord he lights, but...
Yeah, I don't even think I heard Kyle this whole time.
Nope.
He's in the sword.
Oh man, hold on. Kyle is the sword.
Kyle, you good?
Nope.
Oh, wait.
I heard a faint hello.
Yeah, I
I,
heard
al-
a faint something.
I also heard
Oh,
the
no.
faint hello.
Check the old Discord settings.
IDK.
I don't know.
Check your Windows playback thing too, or whatever.
Checked all my stuff. Okay, we can
Umbra is so mad at us.
we can come back to your turn. Umbra, stop yelling. The Rat King is kind of gonna awkwardly look around at the rest of y'all to kind of see what you're doing, and he's going to yell out and say, How do y'all want to tackle this thing?"
Just shoot it when it comes out, and then hopefully we kill it.
And he cocks his pistol and readies an action. Ventus, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go fly to wherever my javelin was and go pick that up, and then I'm gonna go fly back on top of Thunder. And
I
then,
would say that the javelin is probably in the water.
like, can I not like go in the water and then come out, or is it like lost in the water?
I think it's lost in the water. I truthfully do not know if a javelin would sink.
Would-
We can see it.
Would I be able to tell?
You'd have to
would I be
like
able
go
to tell
down
the
and
water
swim
elemental
and
to
look
grab
for it, and I think that's what Dave was getting at. Like,
Yeah. Well, and more importantly, do you remember if you have done your corrupted water saving throw? I guess you don't take poison damage either way, do you?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But I will make you roll an investigation check whenever you fly down to try and get it.
well, that if you threw it that way towards the racelet, then it wouldn't be corrupted, right?
Technically, I should move this. It like goes with
Dang it.
Oh,
Sorry. I'm gonna say this is what I'm going to rule it as, because there's water involved. I will allow you to find your javelin and whatnot, but it will be your action.
Okay. Sure. I'll fly out. I'll fly in and get it, and then I will. Will I still be able to fly back on top of Thunder?
Almost certainly. Yeah, you have a lot of movement speed.
Okay, then I will fly back on top of Thunder, and then as a bonus action, I will. Can I like prepare a bonus action?
I don't know. Waco, do you know? Can you prepare a bonus action?
It's your action that you're
I don't see
preparing.
why not.
yeah, I don't
But-
think.
But a friendly
You
DM could
cannot
say yes.
Prepare. You cannot prepare.
Yeah, it
bonus
I would say
specifically
no,
says
absolutely
prepare an
not.
action. I think a bonus action is different. You can't-
Yeah,
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure
yeah.
you cannot.
It really
which is
not.
weird because bonus action is like less than an action. So if I could prepare that, why couldn't I prepare the other one? But yeah, action economy.
Okay.
Thingy, Bob.
Okay, when I fly back to Thunder, can I like fly under Thunder so I'm kind of like hidden from the The bad guy pops out.
I'll allow you to take half cover.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'll try. I want to try and hide from him so I don't get pulled. Get pulled in the water again.
We'll put you on this side.
Oh, that's my turn.
Aslos, your turn.
I mean, I am going to, for my action, pull out my letter of love, and I'm going to sit at the edge of the pipe, and I'm going to read it to myself and reminisce about the fiance that I didn't know I had. And that is what Yaslos is going to do for his turn. And then I'm going to sit on the pipe and get ready for it to come near me. So yeah.
Feet dangling.
Kicking him a little bit.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
no clue.
Yeah.
I am so
Splash in the
and,
water.
my rage is out. My rage is ending because I'm not doing
Oh, yeah,
anything.
true.
So I'm vibing.
Yeah. He's no longer mad. He's just hanging out.
He's just done now. Reminiscent.
Lopin, who has kind
beautiful.
of been looking up to your Aslos, is gonna see you sit down, and he is also going to sit down, and just kind of wait to see what happens.
I learned something today, guys.
Oh, hey,
What
welcome
did you
back.
learn?
My headset has a mute button that I did not know about.
Oh wow.
That is funny.
I was talking that whole time.
No.
What's wild is that it was muted,
Yeah, it was
but
showing.
your box showed up that you
Yeah.
were talking.
No, that's just my push to talk being activated.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know you had push to talk.
But I swear I
That
heard
is funny.
something.
Well, you can go ahead and take your turn now if you would like. There's really no difference.
Okay, yeah. Do y'all remember how low the thing was? The monster that dove underwater.
Oh, he's just injured,
I did
not
not
bloody.
check.
Not bloody.
And it was like a yellowish orange injured. Like he's probably not too bad off right now.
Yellowish orange.
How much HP would you speculate?
I have no idea. I haven't been keeping track of that.
Wow, I want to get Umbra back.
Probably has 120, 130.
Man, if only my sneak attack was still bugged, I might be able to kill him. I'm just gonna ready in action, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna jump over to the pipe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go over here, and I'd like to use my action to go into stealth.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Take a roll a stealth check.
Actually, I can make this my bonus action,
You can.
and then ready in action. Does that work?
Okay,
sweet.
sure, good.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my bonus action. Gotta open my character sheet again. Oh, do you
Okay.
still need me to share my screen, LJ?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
And then I'm gonna ready in action that when he comes up again, I'm gonna pounce on him with Light Snatcher if he's within range of
Okay.
my leap radius from how high I am. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. You draw Lightbringer, and you're ready.
Crouched like Batman.
Yeah, just like Batman. Sornin, it's your turn.
Can Sornin just go?
Where I left off because he just got thrown in.
No,
Wait,
Broken
what?
wall.
you did not just go, Sornin.
Yeah, you haven't gone this round. You're good.
Who's this guy?
He's dead.
Oh.
Everything's dead but the big guy.
I'm gonna take another step forward and I guess ready in action to
Oh, dude,
start
chill.
blasting.
Okay. Giant crocodile. It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready in action. As soon as I see the big fucker, I'm going to grapple.
Okay.
And my water elemental is going to prepare the same
Fine.
action.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's now the Wastrelith's turn. He's going to reappear here. Boop. And he is going to use his multi-attack and try to Grasping Spout Giant Crocodile.
Do I go first? Because my action was prepared first.
If you want to rush into the water to get him, and also everyone who prepared an action, let your actions fly.
Rat King! David, surely these rats tried to swim out of the water, right? They're not just treading water. Their whole turn.
Yeah, no. They would come
Where
back.
they're being poisoned.
Your Grave Bolt does hit, so go and roll damage for that.
Oh, we almost killed him. No, never mind. That's just straight yellow. There's no orange in there.
Then you see where he is now. Do you still wish to commit to your action?
So how does the rules of jumping work?
You can jump as far as, isn't it half your strength score?
No, it's your full strength, I think.
It's your full strength?
Yeah.
Modifier or?
No, like, I have a strength of 18, so I can jump 18 foot? I thought that's what it was. I don't
I
know.
think you might
It's
be
been a
right.
while.
Yeah.
Well, that's not helpful. As far as his 16 strength.
No, there's no way.
But I'm also 10 feet in the air, so I'm going to be traveling laterally while descending.
Dude, Pythagorean theorem,
You
bro.
can, you can go for it if you want, but
Oh, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Parabolas, bro. Parabolas.
roll me first an athletics check.
Parabola.
Easy.
You gotta take one, like a step back and then a step forward. You know what I'm
this
saying? You
pipe
gotta
is
run a
5
little
feet wide. So I'm good.
bit. Nah,
He's got 5
like,
feet of running room, bro.
Yeah, I can
yeah,
run
you
from
gotta
5
kick
feet.
off the
right?
wall or some shit. Yeah.
Wait, that is a good question. Can I run from 5 in a span of 5 feet?
No, you have to step back of the pipe towards the crocodile, and then take another, and then run forward and jump to the side. I guess.
No, this
You-
matters.
You get the angles for that?
So,
So
David, I need an
yeah.
answer on that.
So jump is your
To
strength
jump, you have to have 10
modifier,
foot.
and if you move 10 feet, you can add 3 to your strength modifier.
So I wish to come up with an actual
Wait,
equation
what?
that we can just put these numbers in.
It's 3 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, 3 plus strength modifier if you move 10 feet, or if you're just jumping like a straight, like you're not moving 10 feet, is just your strength modifier.
So by that, wait, it's just your strength modifier?
Yep. So
Strength score, ain't
Like
it? It
mine.
says
The
modifier.
says when you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you wish to move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When making a standing high jump, you can jump only half that distance.
That's a high jump, not a leap.
Long
Lateral
jump would
jump.
be, it's your strength score if you can move at least 10 feet beforehand. A standing long jump is half that.
What if
Wait.
Jen runs
can you say that
to
again?
the
I
west?
posted it in chat.
Oh.
Long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long
I've
jump,
always seen that.
you can leap only half that distance.
Okay, so if I do step 10 feet, then I get to go my strength score. And so that counts as a run, right? Because I'm moving 10 feet.
I mean, you'd be moving 10 feet this way, but then jumping that way.
Right, no, but that's fine because
saying.
I have this ability. So,
When you make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dex modifier.
which is +5.
I will rule of cool this and say that you can try to make it, but I still need an athletics check because this is special, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, this is some real Legolas
Like
shit.
a wall run.
Yeah,
And everyone
exactly.
jumps off
That's
the
what
wall.
you're running forward using the wall to push off. We'll see if you...
To do all this.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna use
Hold on,
one
hold
of my
on.
lucky.
Yeah, lucky
Hold on,
baby,
where's
come
my
on.
Feature? Hold on.
Everybody, good vibes to the universe right here. So technically, if this is successful, he'll have 10 foot of movement after that. But if he's in the water, then 5 foot, right? But whatever. Oh, do it.
So I'm using this and re-rolling.
You got it, man.
God damn it.
Ah.
That's a
10?
13 because of my reliable talent.
That's true. That is true.
Ooh.
Wait, what is it because of reliable talent?
13.
13, okay. Yeah, you don't make it. You do jump, you get about here, big splash, whoosh, and now you're in the water.
I guess I just kind of flail around.
You should have 10 foot of movement. Right?
Um,
Because he
if it
moved
was on
10
his-
foot
if it was
back
on
and
his-
then ran 10
It's not
foot.
really his
So it's
turn,
20
though.
foot.
yeah, but it's not his
Not
turn.
his turn.
This
Yeah,
is just
you can plot me
Oh, my
wherever.
bad. My bad.
wherever I
Yeah, my bad.
yeah,
Forgot about that.
I would say you're about right there. Ventus, you had a ready to action as well.
No, I didn't. I did not.
Yeah, you took cover. You took cover. Thunder, you had a ready to action, but I don't believe you're in range to do either of the attacks that you wanted to do.
Don't have to be within movement range.
I would concede that since I let Jin move, I'll let you move if you want to go into the water to do it.
Okay.
Wait, is Ventus still on his back?
No, I'm on the. I was under him.
Got it.
Yeah, he did specify that.
He was hiding, yes.
No longer half cover.
That's true. The half cover's gone.
But it did what I intended. He got hit with the. He got targeted by the thing.
True. I need
Oh,
a
so you
Constitution
used me to
saving
get
throw
hit.
from you, Thunder.
With advantage because I'm concentrating. Nice. Let's go.
Okay, you pass. So you are not affected by the poisonous water. So go ahead and make your chomp.
As Home Dude's like whipping out to grab him as well, right? That's what's so dope about it.
Yeah, he goes to water
Yeah,
with
he's
him,
like
and
literally
he's like, you know what,
trying to
fuck
water
it,
whip
I'm just
him.
gonna go anyways.
He's just jumping right at him, like right
Fuck
into the
you.
whip. Yeah, like
Oh.
cinematically, it's beautiful.
Oh. You don't land the chomp though.
Yeah, the whip got in the way.
So he does do his multi-attack.
Does my
He's going-
elemental do his prepared first?
He's also not in range. And I'm being kind. Really, you should not be able to move like this on a raid action.
Well, if I
He's
can't,
not in your
then that's
range.
fine. Okay,
Um,
that's fine. What range does it need to be for me to do that?
5 feet. It's just a.
It's each creature in the elemental space, so just like directly around him.
You have to be
Okay.
touching them.
Yeah, 5 feet. So he is going to fight you. That does hit. Are you able to see the rolls now?
Yeah.
Okay. And next he's going to claws you.
Oh, the damage went to both elemental and the croc for some reason.
Oh, how weird.
You have them both selected.
Oh yeah, you might have them both selected.
What?
Yeah, it's super odd.
How do you unselect?
You should be able to just left click somewhere, like on the screen.
No.
No, they're both have squares.
Oh
What's that?
no, my bad. Nothing.
Okay. I went from like the person to the ruler. I fixed it. We're good. Hello?
Yeah, you're good. Okay. That's his turn. Jet, it's your turn.
I'm so mad that I fucked up my jump that I'm gonna just swim over here and stab him.
Oh wow. Let me give you
Does my macro work?
Yours doesn't, but I can give you the one that does. This one does now.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Hey.
Nice.
Okay, never mind. It does
Nice.
not work.
Nice.
Oh wait, that is a crit.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a crit. Yeah.
No, that's
I was
right.
like-
That's correct.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's fucking go. Good shit.
That's why they're taking that away in one D&D. It's still gonna be a huge hit too.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to hit him with my offhand, I guess. I'm just gonna punch him. I'm so mad. Here we go.
Yeah, that does hit.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta turn off sneak.
Oh yeah. I'm turning for you.
Mm.
Okay.
Stupid fish.
Dead.
4.
And I actually forgot the Rat King also ready in action. He's just gonna go ahead and take a shot. That hits. And under the distraction of Jin and the crocodile and the commotion of the water, he lands a shot right through the head.
Let's go.
And
Nice.
the Wishlith screams out horribly. Black ooze starts like punching out of his skin everywhere, and you watch as his skin kind of begins to corrode as he starts burning in the water. And combat is over.
Because the Rat King killed him, you guys get 0 experience.
Yeah, no loot.
I give
no
the Rat King a
experience.
thumbs up.
Bro, them's the breaks. Them's the Braves.
He got his master looted already.
Yeah, there's no loot either.
Yeah.
The rats have already eaten the body. Sorry.
Okay.
Glorious.
There's still a black
Well,
ooze.
Yeah. And
Yeah. What about that black ooze?
that is coming from him.
Yeah, is that all like the water started to clear up? Is it just all
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
still?
The water is definitely starting to clear up. I don't remember what the circles were, but and his body is just kind of floating in the water. As I said, like it's. I want everyone to roll me actually a nature check as you kind of watch this creature die.
Jin is just trying to swim.
Yeah, just trying to live. Aslos, you and Ventus both kind of recognize this creature is like it's different from anything else that you've seen like die before. Like it's reacting like it's almost like oxidizing as it's dying. It's just very different and it catches your attention of how like off this is.
Does it like
Before it
disintegrate?
completely-
Does it like is there like remains, or does it all just kind of like disappear?
No, it doesn't totally disappear. And I'm not trying to say you're not going to get loot from it or anything like that. Um, but it just doesn't feel like natural like other creatures dying would.
Oh well, I go loot the big guy.
I'm gonna eat some of the jelly from the gelatinous cube that exploded.
What does it
Whenever
taste like?
Ventus,
I don't know. What does it taste like?
It tastes kind of like soap. Like a slight soapy taste.
Aslos can't
squishy.
determine if he likes it or not.
Okay. And yes, I will give you your loot whenever we come back to y'all. For now, I'm going to go back to Fort Pike.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of telling Fayo, like, I guess we're gonna go and meet with this drow woman captain spider.
Wait, give me another minute with her.
Yeah, no, you tell us when it's safe to get to go. Like, I'm not just gonna reveal where I'm at and everything right now.
Yeah.
Whisper on some stuff. Yeah. Think about things.
All right. So
Mhm.
after many long and arduous minutes of talking to Fail and Yokizos, I turn around to the Spider Queen lady. But she's not the Spider Queen. We don't know that yet. And I said I've communicated with my communicated with my retinue, and I have a few questions before I send them word to come here.
And she does not reply to you. She just kind of looks at you, waitingly.
My first question is how are the Wanti that are stationed in this fort going to react if more members of my party simply enter the keep?
And she takes one spider step towards you. I'm sure not well. Especially if you walk free.
And you're okay with this?
It would probably be not good for our futures. I would recommend my men bring yours in as prisoners.
We'll
But
have to
even
make
doing...
Go ahead.
She kind of looks at you as you interrupt her. But even doing that, deceiving the 1T in such a way already steps my allegiance in one direction, do you see?
Yes, I do. Is there a way to enter this chamber secretly?
And you can see that she's thinking, still.
In the shadows to the left.
We have this convenient tunnel that I built. No tunnel. I think that there's nothing suspicious of a parley. A conversation does not mean anything. And while the 1T are not exactly privy to diplomacy, I must be hopeful they'll understand. I am more afraid of the risk of being secretive and deceptive, and then them finding out that I have lied.
So what would you have my men do? Carry a white flag across the bridge?
And she gives you a smile. And this smile is clear to you that it is not trying to be guided or disguised as charisma, but this one is actually sinister. Well, if you're truly trying to make an act of good faith in talking with me, I would suggest that your companions that you bring here put down their weapons beforehand and come unarmed.
I will discuss it with them if you prepare the envoy. And we will bring our men in under the guise of being captured.
And she's kind of nods.
And I turn around once again. I walk a couple steps up just to get away from her. I sit down on the steps and I ask Yokizos what he thinks of coming in under a guise of surrender, and Fail, of course. Well, I can't speak directly to Fail, but
I do not require.
Waiting for him to talk.
And I say this out loud as I'm saying it back to Jaryu. I do not require to bring my weapon, but Fail without one if shit hit the fan.
No, absolutely not.
Well,
I tell you, Jesus. You can.
What about leaving Fail and bringing Picard as a leader? And Fail stays to command the troops if things go truly awry.
I don't. So he's suggesting that we bring
Yeah.
Picard instead of you.
No. How about this? I mean, you could go in, you could go back, you could water walk back over, and act like you're with Picard. We can bring off full force, you and Picard, full force up to the bridge. Picard stays back, and you go over. Because you don't need, like you said, you don't need a sword. And I'll stay here with these 8 assholes, right? And we'll be the wild tangent when we hear shit going out. We'll try to bust in. That's what I'm thinking, off the top of my head. I don't know though.
I relay that back to Jaryu, and then say, convince her to allow me to come, and Fayo stays.
Yeah, they don't know I'm there. And then I can also, and I tell Yokizos after he does that, do you think I should go and? No, you're going to be able to do the horn, the bomber horn for the blowing up. How are we going to do all that?
I was about to tell the dwarves to stay the ship, to drop the anchor on the ship. I don't want an explosive ship coming towards the keep if we're going to be hanging out in it.
Oh yeah, if you get out, then you can blow your horn. Okay, just making sure, covering all bases. Okay.
Yeah, so I do telepathically reach out to the dwarven boat and tell
All right.
them to stay like basically not blow up the ship and don't send it towards the island just yet.
Yeah, and you get a confirmation. Aye.
All right. I stand up, walk up to the Spider Queen.
And I start making my way towards the other end of the bridge.
I've gotten one general to agree to lay down his arms. He will meet at the bridge unarmed to cross.
And the Drider kind of leans down to you and says softly, "And is this the one in your head?"
Yes.
And she lets out a big smile. Perfect.
While we wait, can I ask you a few more questions of a personal nature?
You may try.
I look down at Relamox and ask her, "You seem to know a lot about this, or you seem to know of this blade. Can you tell me more about it? I only know that it carries within it the soul of an Illithid, and it was given to me by Lolth's sister."
And when you speak his name, Relamox begins to hum. And you don't know if this is a positive or a negative hum.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
but it does
he's a dick.
recognize you recognizing him.
Yeah.
And the Drider looks down at it and says, "I know not of its history or its story or the illithid trapped inside of it. But I can tell you that this aberration is not of our dark Saladrin. This is exotic from the far realms. This creature trapped inside of it. Why Hale would gift it to you?" And she kind of looks up and looks at you. "Well, the dark Saladrin works in mysterious ways."
Speaking of my Lady Hale, what do you know of her?
"We do not know much. Lolth does not tell us much, especially when it comes to other deities trapped within the Underdark. We know that they are not close, almost enemies, tied together by the Underdark and a similar fate."
And that leaves me to my last question. Who are you? Why do you have that form? Why does a drow have that form? I've never seen one of your kind.
She gives you a larger smile and says, "This is the blessing of Lolth. Our Lady, Lady Ezreal, asked Lolth to give us strength. And to her Lolth recounted a story. When Lolth was cast to the Underdark, she was cast even deeper on a separate plane of existence." She leans in real close for dramatic effect. "The abyssal plane. The plane of fiends and demons. And she was cast to a layer of the abyss, deep within it. And when she gained consciousness, she found herself on a demonic beachside at the edge of a fiendish jungle. Fearing for her life, she was still a woman, mind you. She watched as elephant-sized spiders sparred and killed each other in the jungles in front of her. She watched as this incessant brutality and competition, an edge for survival, caused these demonic spiders to truly hone their lethality, don't you see? Loth is an advocate and the deepest believer of the survival of the fittest. The weak shall be cast out and killed. And that's what the spiders taught her. Only the strong survive. And she watched them as she was taught this valuable lesson. And so that is what we are doing within our own society. Culling the weak and nurturing the strong. And those that are truly strong are gifted strength. And you watch as her spider legs ripple whenever she says the word strength. And so this is my gift from Lolth.
Well, it seems a bit strange that you would give the strength to the already to the strongest, right? I don't say that. Cut that.
Dumb.
She devours you.
No, I just give her a slow, steady nod because, like, that's sort of what I believe, right? In a weird, twisted way. And I can see the understanding in it, and I just give her a nod, and I sit down on the stairs, and just stare at Relivox and stare at her, and wait for the party to start.
So, as I walk up to this bridge, I have a soldier behind me, and I declare out loud, "I am here under pretense of a parley." And I take my flail off my hip, and I hand it to the soldier behind me, and I pull out my mace and my other flail, and I hand it to him, and then I pull the dagger strapped to my ankle out, like you hear it out, and then I hand it to him, and then I kind of just hold my arms out. I do have my shield on my back, but
And you can see the drow at the top of these like gate towers watching you. And you hear the gate open. We have heard of your parley. Come with us. And they lead you forward inside the keep. And you now get to see for your first time the inside of the fort. It's kind of bustling. There are drow walking all around. You can see the large tower in which there are sentry 1T kind of overlooking
definitely
this barracks.
focusing my attention. I'm not like staring up there, but I'm like kind of getting
Observing.
Yeah.
And you can see that they notice you for sure and are watching you as you step inside. You can see that it's quite well fortified, as you expected it to be, right? And they bring you to the fort, and they walk inside. And he leads you in. You can hear that they have a not short conversation in Elvish, as he finally brings you forward and he says, "You may proceed." And you see what Jar you saw, in that tables of supplies, weapons cached. You see some pretty disturbing supplies and body parts, organs, entrails, bones, several prepared bodies that have been exhumed. You can
Walk
see that
by
the
and I
entire
snag me part of an intestine and take a bite and then keep on walking.
and
I am a lizard. I mean,
as you walk forward, they all kind of like reach their hands out to stop you, and then you take a bite, and they all just kind of watch as they bring their hands back, and the captain proceeds forward.
I mean,
And
I am a
brings you
lizard,
down.
so it was a power move for sure.
And the captain kind of nods you forward to go down the stairs as he comes back up. And after maybe a minute or so going downwards, you almost trip over Jaryu, who is sitting on the stairs.
I give him a little turn around and like I just gesture forward, and I stand up as I'm doing it.
So my first thing I do is pull the shield off my back. I don't know where I'm facing towards it. I'm just putting it in front of me, and I have both my hands on the top of the shield as it's standing, the tower shield. So it's a big ass shield. And It has the Mothra and Balma on it, but in the bottom, I don't remember which corner it was. I think it was the bottom left corner. There is the symbol of hail. Because I do remember Jaryu mentioning that he's going to use that as part of his talk with the drow.
Yeah, and the two of you continue downwards. Fael, what are you doing during all of this? Are you just sitting there?
And
I would like to think that, like,
I can
go ahead.
technically telepathically still talk to Fael, so.
That's gonna happen sooner or later. But while because I still got the 8 guys with me under the bridge, and so I would like to kind of stealthily stay under the bridge, but try to get up a little higher and get towards the top of, like towards the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah.
Underneath everything still, right? Just trying to work our way up there and have 2 or 3 underneath me also working their way to kind of scale that a little bit and get up to the edge.
Makes sense to me.
Other than that, we're just gonna chill.
Yeah, just waiting. And one of the soldiers is going to kind of crawl up to you as y'all are just kind of waiting, and he says to you, kind of in a whisper, "What if they don't come back?"
Or, I'm sure Yokizos will give me a warning to know what we can do moving forward. As far as blowing the place up if they're completely lost, but you just have to have faith in Yokizos. He's like a chosen, like he's like a badass. And so
a bunch.
I can't understand your
for
dramatic
real?
conversation.
Damn it!
Taking me out of the moment.
Can't hear me.
God.
It was
Are you
understandable there
serious?
for a bit, but then we started losing you towards the end.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but now
Yeah.
the boat's ruined.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
Yeah, basically I can't even remember what I was even saying
We
now.
got most of it. We got most of it, honestly. The front
Okay.
part.
It ended with they're badasses. Don't worry. Let's not even think about it that way, right? But worst case scenario, yeah, we blow it up and we go in there and we finish up what they started. Okay, that's what war is. Boom.
And
You
he
hear
kind
any
of
of
looks
that?
at you for a second, and he nods. Yeah, and he nods and he says, "This Yokizos, he's not like related to them, is he?" He kind of looks.
No.
Fair question.
No, not at all. Same continent for sure. They're from Raptua. Yeah, but he's more like a dwarf than he is a lizard. It's weird. It's really awesome actually.
I'll tell the other guy that one of them was kind of.
I got money on this or what? Yeah, I mean we can talk about it while we're waiting if you want, as we drift into
How many
all
more
the
do
history
I
I
need to
know
murder
about
for them to be,
Yokizos.
like, cool with me? Like, Jesus. I've murdered like 80 of them.
And Yokizos, you head down the staircase. You find the Drider waiting for you. And she is as Jaryu described, but words wouldn't be enough to kind of describe how unnatural and novel this creature is.
Yeah,
You've never
I am
seen anything like
definitely
it.
disgusted by it. Like, it looks like some kind of abomination, right?
Yeah, and
And my face is not
Yeah.
hiding it.
Jaryu's kind of into it, so
I'm not outwardly trying to make like a horrible face, but it definitely is like a what the fuck kind of face.
Yeah.
going on.
And I mean, you've been experiencing the drow for quite a while now, but you've never even heard rumors of something like this existing. This is brand new out of the drow playbook. And it moves slowly towards you with its 8 legs, and she says softly, "Do not be afraid."
I'm not.
I've been conversating with your friend here,
I'm waiting, like I'm just sitting there waiting, like all right.
and I'm curious what you were doing in his head.
Well, we sent one of our companions to come talk to you alone in a fortress surrounded by enemies. You really think we would have no way of communicating?
She gives you a soft smile. What I'm more curious about is what your goal is here.
Our goal is to take Ocaria, and I can promise you, whether it's us or the people coming to aid us, whether we kill you or someone else kills you, it will happen.
Or I kind of put a hand on Yakizo's. Or the one T end up killing you.
And she kind of looks between the two of you. Your friend here.
Oh yeah, I do give him. I do kind of give Jaryu a nod of like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe that was a little brash, but
She turns back to you after looking at Jaryu and says, your friend here proposed a sort of arrangement
yes,
where we would evacuate the city and allow you to proceed forward. Is this to your wish?
absolutely. Anything that could help us against the Yuan-Ti is of great benefit. Reducing your ranks amongst the Yuan-Ti is going to be a huge blow to them, whether or not they realize it. They see you as the Drow, or the Dark Elves, however you like to be called, as lesser than them. So they might not even see it as a big blow, but we see it as a massive advantage for not only our side, but for yours as well. You don't know what's brewing amongst the alliances of the free people in Malnova. The armies are growing exponentially. So, if you stand with the Yuan-Ti, you will go down with the Yuan-Ti. So our proposition was to allow you to walk free of here, of Ocaria, or even Malnova at large, at least of issues of war. And then we'll continue on our conquest to reclaim our cities, and no more of you have to die.
And she watches you pretty carefully for several moments after you finish speaking. You've placed me in a difficult position. I can honestly say that I was not anticipating something like this. My reservations, I think, are clear. If we take your offer, evacuate, and my brood survives, if the one T hear of it, not in the city but abroad, Drow immediately will lose their alliance with them.
Then take back all of the Drow. The Yuan-Ti will not be an issue after this war. They will have no power over anyone, including themselves.
I can only make a decision for what happens here in Ocaria.
Then make the decision for your brothers and sisters.
That's the problem, though, don't you see? Let me phrase it like this. If you could guarantee me that the one T outside of these walls would never learn of our desertion, then this deal becomes a lot more attractive.
So you just want us to kill the three up in the tower? Mainly the Whisperer. The Brood Guards are nothing.
I apologize. I'm at the walls of the city.
We can't
the-
promise to. We can't promise to prevent any word of you retreating or leaving spread.
We can assure you that no Yuan-Ti will escape Ocaria alive. But whether or not they send word out before that, we have no control in that.
And she thoughtfully kind of continues. How did you think of this plan?
I've seen dissent amongst the Yuan-Ti and the Drow for a while now. Poison traps that kill the Drow, but not the Yuan-Ti. The Drow at large being treated as if they're lesser. They're put at lesser stations. They have less rank in the military. And was not part of the deal to get long rest, Aztlan-Zua, as you call it. That didn't even happen. Did the Yuan-Ti even help with that? What happened when it failed?
And I speak from a more relatable perspective. As you pray to Lolth and are treated as second class to the Wanti, I am treated the same by my fellows because I pray to Hail.
And when he
I
says
told you-
that, I don't say anything. I just present my shield again that has the signal
Yeah.
of hail on it.
Yeah, and I
You can
told
see
you
your
at the
eyes kinda
beginning
dart to it.
of this conversation that I consider the Drow, while not necessarily my friends, but my cousins.
And whenever you begin to mention how at Sudden Luzea was never taken, you actually watch as she has kind of a physical reaction to that. Her legs kind of bristle and her thorax raises. You have no idea what that body language means, but it's a reaction of some sort. And she lowers herself to meet at eye level with both of you, still kind of looking down at Jaryu, and says, "You have not quite sold me yet. But I do think that if we're smart about this, we could come to some sort of agreement."
Well, how can we convince you that this is the strong choice?
And when you say that, she gives you a slight smile, Jaryu. By thinking strong together. And with that, I want to go back to our sewer boys for until the session's over.
So she like
I-
just proposed an alliance for Ocaria?
That's what it sounded like.
Did we do that, boys? Did we do it, boys?
Shit, we did it. I like when we
Um,
don't lie. We don't have to roll or anything.
Yeah, I didn't lie at all in that whole conversation.
It is a lot easier, huh? I don't
that?
have this loot in Foundry yet, but I can show you what it is you'll be getting. I need some rolls though. I need 2d4 from someone.
I can't roll right now.
But, I mean,
Yo, use Jin's. I rolled
Yeah.
it by mistake, dude.
Yeah. I'll give you that one.
He
You get
didn't tell
6.
anyone he was rolling, so it doesn't count.
I need one person to roll me 2d10.
go for it.
You want me to?
Yeah.
You said 2d10s?
Yes. And then Jen, you can roll me 1d10. And then... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's everything. Wow, 8. Okay. So you get... Oh.
12,000
And
gold?
I need someone in the party as you watch the creature and its kind of possessions begin to burn. Wow, nice fail. I need someone to roll me a sleight of hand check as y'all are kind of trying to take everything
Good.
from it that you can.
Got it.
I can't believe you just got 8 rings of wish out of that. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, that's wild.
8 command word kill scrolls.
Yeah, dude, wild.
Wow.
Bam.
You were able, Jen, not only to get all the things I'm about to post. This was a hard creature, so you actually get a lot of loot from it. You were able
What?
to pull off a kind of small amulet before it begins to burn away.
Ooh.
Jin's
And
like sitting there
so-
half drowning, rips amulet off your tree.
This is
What
a
do you have
I
to
mean,
do?
screenshot
that's pretty in
of,
character.
of everything that it provides you. Like I said, they're not in Foundry yet, but they will be.
Ooh, gauntlets. Holy
Wait,
shit.
this is everything we got?
One of the claws is a fucking greatsword. Jesus Christ. No wonder I did 78 damage per hit.
Retrieving it requires a DC 25 sleight of hand check. So, like, we were very close to not getting this. Is that
Yeah,
what I'm
I-
hearing?
I was fully anticipating you not to be totally honest. But you did.
Very nice of you, David.
For which which
Hey.
one was a DC 25?
The amulet. Oh, sorry. That's from the Odiug, and this is going to be from the cube.
Oh, dude, humps of blue gel. Well, kind of sucks that Aslos already ate one of them.
Yeah, true.
Whoops.
2d4
Fuck.
minus 1. So that is your loot. And I'll have it in your bag of holding for next time.
It tastes like soap.
Which one's the
But-
amulet?
The demonic amulet.
Yeah,
Which
just
is
Grants
amulet.
one favor from the
Fucking
demon.
nuts. Yeah,
Oh,
fucking nuts.
Holy
Yo, demon, murder everything.
I do have his demon skull.
Well, that's a different
Yeah,
demon.
what is the demon? Yeah, it's like, what is the demon? What does that mean?
Well, it's probably the one you just killed, I would think. I mean, he has a demonic heart. That was probably a demon, right?
Gotta be.
Jeez.
Well, maybe it's a different demon in the amulet, right?
Could be.
I guess you'll have to rub the amulet to find out.
Shit's nuts, man. Holy fuck.
Dude, imagine a fucking OTUG stomach of bag of holding.
Yeah, all
That
this and we
sounds like
didn't level
fucking-
up, huh?
That sounds like
Yeah.
something that Aslos needs. A stomach
God
bag
damn.
of holding, not a.
I stole Jin's line, dude. Did we level up, dude?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. David?
No.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Wow.
Don't worry. I'll
Level
take
12 forever.
I'll take care of y'all. I'll take care of y'all. But y'all are now out of combat. So yeah, you can proceed as you wish.
I retrieve.
The blue gel's a
Is there
weapon.
Isn't that funny?
Is there any of that dark goo around still in the water?
Yes, yeah. You can definitely see it just kind of floating off in the water.
Okay, I would like to go over to a spot where it has that goo, and I would like to give it a little taste and see if it heals me, like the wasteland, or at least we saw it drinking the water.
Yeah, I
What-
see what you're
what-
doing now. Yeah. You can feel the water burn your throat on the way down, although you don't take damage from it because of your purity of mind.
Mm-mm. What does it taste like?
It tastes like rotting flesh. Like you almost throw up.
Nice.
Mm.
Aslos would be in heaven.
I was about to say, I was like, huh. That was my life.
Delicacy.
Nice.
David, I want to revert to my original self.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And so, in this chamber, you still have 2 doors that are available to you. Did you dismiss your elemental, Thunder?
No.
Okay, that's fine. It's chilling in the water, splashing around. You have a door here, and then a door down here.
You said there was like a crack and we could see the cup or something like that?
Yeah, in both doors, it's an unusual mechanism. There's no like handle or lock or anything. It's like a small basin that juts out, like half of a basin, that's cut in half by the door.
I tell the water elemental to get into the basin of the door over here.
They like hop inside of it.
Yeah.
It does not work. I mean, it works in that he puts some of his own water into the basin, but the door does not react in any way.
I see Thunder uses water elemental on that one, and then while I'm like drinking the water, I want to like scoop up some water like a pelican, and then go over to the other door, and dump the water into the other basin.
And as you put some in your mouth, doing your best pelican impression of the corrupted water, you put it into the basin, and you listen as the door kind of hums softly and unlocks.
I got mine open, Thunder.
So I tell the water elemental to like gather up the same kind of water that Ventus used to put in there.
Yeah, it pulls up some of the corrupted water and splashes that into the basin, and you listen as this door also unlocks.
Ventus, thanks for the clue.
What?
Can I like open the door and like
I
peek
said
in?
thanks for the clue.
Which one? This one up here? Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot you couldn't move.
Thunder, do you see anything through that door?
I come over to my door.
Yes. You here, I'll show you exactly what you see. Wait for it.
Bodies.
You'll love this, Thunder.
Uh-oh. Is it she?
You open
Okay.
it, and you see the black abyss because I haven't made that side of the map yet. That's the
my
path
bad.
forward. And the Rat King kind of says that's the path forward.
Nice.
And Ventus, on your side, you see a small hallway that leads to another door.
Okay, I'm gonna just go in and peek through that second door then.
And you look through and you find a lot. The room is empty of living things, but is filled with dead things. You can see inside several human bodies, some of them laid on like tables, strewn out. Others are trapped in cages and bound. And you see in several cages are trapped dead amphibians, like the one that you fought in the chamber beforehand. You can see that there are several tables in here, as well as a stove that is heated, that has a variety of different vials, bottles. It looks like different ingredients laid out on it, and then you see another table that has a collection of human bones and what appears to be a collection of human organs on it, as well as various tools for dissection. You see knives, drills, saws, all different kind of things to be able to drill into these bodies.
I'm gonna like look behind me. Is everyone at the door? Or at the like the door behind me?
Yeah.
Or are they just like still doing their own thing?
Are y'all behind him?
I step in.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I'm just gonna like casually walk in because I think it's safe.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And you don't see anyone in here. It seems empty. Like I said, besides the various dead bodies, you can see that all of the Ophidians are dead. All of the humans in here are dead.
I'm just gonna like walk around and take a look, just like
Sure. Yeah.
wait for everyone
And
else to see what come into the room.
and I think this is probably a good place to stop our session tonight. We'll start next session with y'all's investigation into this room, as well as the negotiations with the drow on the other side of things.
We did it.
You did it.
That's
And I will
it.
have your loot in the bag of holding next time. So you can actually look at it.
Was it everything
not
that you
so
took a
much
screenshot
stuff.
of?
What's up?
It was everything you screenshotted in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the chat? Okay.
Hmm. A lot of things.
Yeah, that's a lot of things.
There's so
A
much
lot
to
of
read.
things. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm like
weird.
reading through all the loot right now.
Yeah. Make sure you get yourself familiar with everything you got.
Ooh.
There's a lot.
Yee.
I want to take one of the waste your lift claws.
Okay, again, and I know we talked about this before, but whenever we all meet up again, we need to spend like 20, 30 minutes, or maybe less, it could be less, but just getting all that shit out, sending it to be crafted, whatever we need to, giving it to who needs to use what, and actually putting it in people's inventories. Because we have a big ass bag of shit that we don't use at all, and that's not including any of that. So.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we definitely need to disperse that amongst ourselves and get things crafted. We need to get crafted, sell shit if we don't want it, and just kind of clean all that up. Because we could have a lot of cool items, and not all of them require attunement that we could just have. You know, like
Yeah.
Jin could have all the wristless fangs as fucking daggers on his, so he has like 30 daggers on him. You know, like there's just a lot of stuff we could do with it that we need to iron out.
A
Yeah, I think
hide
that's a
that
good
lets you
idea.
breathe air and water sounds fucking dope.
The what?
The hide, second from the bottom of the longest screenshot.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
half plate armor.
Yeah, too bad druids don't use half plate. But you could use
Actually,
the dragon scales.
technically, I think I don't know if you are proficient in half plate, but it is not metal, so a druid could use
Right.
it.
It's not metal.
Yeah, but you have to be proficient in it, which means you have to use a feat. Or
Yeah,
And-
that part I don't know. But
I just posted into general what Jin was doing at the very end of the fight.
Of course.
money, 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 money. Alrighty.
Wrap that shit
Well,
up.
I will talk to y'all next time.
GG's, guys.
Same.
GG's.
See you guys.
Peace,
Good
guys.
night.
So Andrew, what I was saying is that like Yokizos didn't hear any of the conversation you gave to her, like as like the I'm also from Hale and like we have sisters and like all that kind of shit. It's like Yokizos didn't hear any of that. So all
Like-
I heard is she wanted a parlay. So when I came into it, I didn't know that was like the play. That's why it came in a little aggressive, if that makes sense.
No, that's no, but I like it. It's like
yeah, it almost puts a
you're-
different perspective of how we both.
yeah, you're
play.
coming in all hot, and I'm like, whoa, good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like
That was
it's
really
like
smooth.
it's like
I thought.
gray cop,
I'm-
gray cop.
Yeah, I'm appealing to her like emotional side, and you're appealing to her like logical.
Right.
Lot
Yeah. I'm
for
just
that.
like, hey, like honestly, if you try to fight us, you're probably not gonna win. So it might be better for you to just leave, and we're okay with that. It's kind of what I was going with, It's like,
Yeah, but I did like is allying something we want?
no,
Right.
We're in position to fuck them up if we need to. I feel like, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
like we still have the ship of explosives like ready to go. Like, I mean, it's just there's a lot.
I mean,
There's
but
a
like,
lot.
is it smarter to ally with the with them in Okaria temporarily?
So I
You
do
get
think
them
I
to-
do think from a political side, it would obviously like look bad at first. But if you think about it, like most of all the humans and everyone that are in this fight are scared shitless of the Yuan-Ti because they're eating people and they're converting them, and it's like all kinds of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily scared of the Drow in the same way, and they don't know the Dryad exists. If they do, they probably would be scared shitless of her too. But I think that I think we could craft a way to where like, okay, we'll just take your foot soldiers and storm the keep, and we'll still go with our plan with all three of us. We'll take a little. Well, no, don't even take another group. Fuck it. All three of us will go blow a hole in the back of the keep. We'll go in, and the drow and the soldiers can all storm the front of the keep, and then we'll have the people coming from the sewers. So,
Yeah, but
I think we could craft it in a way that.
yeah, like I'd either craft it that way
How
or craft it like, hey, we won't fight side by side with you, but like you guys do what you need to do to make sure that word doesn't get out, and we're okay with that.
Yeah, no, and I totally think we should tell them that first, and then. Well, no, yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, definitely go with that option first and see what they say, for sure.
You know, because
If it
like
comes to
I've
it,
already
I
told.
think if it comes to it,
Oh,
I think the three of us can figure out a way to wordcraft it to be okay with the soldiers. But I definitely like your idea of doing that first to see if we can get her to do. Like, don't even give the option to David that we're thinking about that the other way could work. Like, straight up just go in with it. Like, no, here's how we want to do it. We don't want to ally with you, but like if you want.
yeah, I've already told her that we didn't want it at the very beginning of that conversation, right?
Yeah.
I was like, look, we're not here to ally with you. We're here to merely suggest that you just stand out of our way. And if standing out of the way means you go kill some Wanti in the process, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Because my original thought was like, look, like there's literally a river out of Okaria to the east, like on the water we're on. Like it just goes out, right?
Yeah.
And like we could. My original thought was like just get on some boats and just leave, like just.
Yeah, but there's other drow in the city, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like they're at the port. But that's the thing. We just had to fake them out long enough to. We just got to fake the drow out at the Fort Pike, and they need to be able to leave like they're like retreating because our numbers are too superior, which will help us in the long run too. If they think like, oh yeah, it was too much, and here's our survivors, we're able to get out.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah, but
it's like it's another thing too. Like we can kind of just be up front and be like, look, the ones that are in the keep, if you don't think they can safely get out without word getting out, then that's just a casualty of war, and that sucks. And I feel for you on that, but we can't do anything about it. I mean,
Still
like
will
really,
target the
really, like
Yahtzee, for
the
sure.
stuff what she's asking us to do is not an easy ask for us to do.
No, which is why I told her it's impossible, right?
Right, but in her mind, her leaving Okaria is also not an easy ask. So.
No, yeah, also true. Like I would say, hey, look, you guys do whatever you need to do to not get found out, but like our men will be commanded not to attack drow soldiers. Under the pretense that you stay out of our way, right?
Yeah.
So like if that means you need to go and rampage on some Wanti so word doesn't get out of the city, that you have effectively
Deserted them.
Deserted, at least in Okaria, that's fine. But like I think I think you planted the seed of the larger conversation of saying, hey, Drow, like abandon this Wanti mandate. Like what do you throw off the yoke of Wanti oppression?
They
Like
have like, and what's crazy too is like the Yuan-Ti are basically right now ruled under, not Yuan-Ti, the Drow are ruled under fear, and that's the only motivation keeping them in this pact, because they're getting nothing out of it.
Currently,
So-
no. Right.
Right, and so I guess we can either try to play the, well, you should be more scared of us card, or
I've done that. Like I feel like,
Yeah, I mean, you can play that card. I'm Jaryu. Well, that's not Jaryu's character,
Yeah.
right?
And like what I said was true. Like the free people of Malnova are allying themselves now in a way they've never done before, and the army's growing because of that. And
Sure.
the next step for us is to go ally the fucking dwarves to them as well, which is a huge boon. And the freaking Ursine haven't even joined yet, and that's coming soon too. So like, there's a lot of like, holy shit, there's a lot of shit that's coming together on our side to basically drive out the Yuan-Ti. And I kind of view it as like it's going to be like Germany after World War One or Two, where like you fuck them up real bad and you just put a bunch of sanctions on them. Where like you guys can't do fucking anything anymore. You can't have a military. You can't have this like kind of thing. So even in Rev
That's
2,
what they do to, that's what they do to the Drow.
no, that's what we do to Yuan-Ti after the war's over. That's what I mean.
Oh,
So-
I mean, yeah.
Knock them down to nothing,
thought-
and then basically be like, you can't make anything out of yourselves other than like fair free trade for the next 100 years. Kind of thing.
I thought extinction was more the play with the Yuan-Ti. I thought the Drow would, like, because eventually, you just kick the Drow out of the surface and tell them to go to the Underdark,
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do an extinction event on them.
What were you saying, Waco?
am I still cutting in and out?
Yeah, real bad.
God, I got out and in. I don't know what to do,
Go on your
man.
phone. It was perfect on your phone.
I am on my.
Oh,
Bye.
I am on my
yeah, must
phone, but it's not like. Yeah, it's not